let's look, Nick, at one game coming up on Saturday as well. We'll try to keep this kind of quick paced. I know neither of us have a lot of time, but we wanted to do a preview here and get some information out to everybody. Oklahoma State and Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. I think Mike Gundy's underrated as a coach. 60% against the spread all time. He's just been tremendous moneymaker long term. What's he going to do in this game? And in bowl games, 10-5 straight up, 9-6 against the spread. I've seen some people say, well, Notre Dame doesn't care as much because Brian Kelly left. I think Notre Dame should be up for this game. Marcus Freeman is a guy that a lot of guys were on that team were really pumped that he was named the head coach. I don't buy into the Notre Dame doesn't care about this game theory. I think if they lose, they just lose because they weren't as good as Oklahoma State in that game. Kyron Williams opting out does hurt Notre Dame, certainly. He was playing really good here at the end of the season. Desmond Jackson transferred away from Oklahoma State. He was the one that came up 3 or 4 inches short of them beating Baylor. What a game that game was, Nick. I hope we can get one of those games here in the playoffs. Yeah. What a finish that game was. Both defenses have advantages to me, Nick. The defenses here are excellent. You could argue that Oklahoma State's a top 3 defense in the country. And Notre Dame's been playing like a top 10 defense in the country, especially here at the end of the season. Spencer Sanders is not very good. Notre Dame's secondary is good even without Hamilton. Notre Dame, can they run the football? I'm not sure. I don't think they'll run the football very well. I lean the under in this game, Nick. So what are your thoughts here?
We're on the same page here, Kyle. I definitely lean under as well. I just don't see how either of these offenses are going to get anything going. I mean, Oklahoma State's not good on offense, and Notre Dame hasn't really played other than Cincinnati, and you know what happened there. You got to factor in too. Oklahoma State has had more sacks on defense than anybody in the nation this season, and they're going up against Notre Dame's offense that ranks 97th in giving up sacks. So they're not going to have much time to throw the ball. And, the defensive rushing success rate for Oklahoma State is 5th in the league. Whereas Notre Dame is 84th on offense. So with not much time being able to throw the ball in this one, won't be able to run the ball. I definitely lean towards the under here. I don't see many points. I don't see how they get to an over here.
Yeah, I think this projects as a low-scoring game. I know some of the bowls here so far in the season have been pretty high-scoring, but these are 2 really good defenses. Neither team very explosive on the offensive side. I would think that they would at least not have a bunch of big chunk plays, which can really burn the under. So, Nick, you have any other things you want to throw out here before we're done? Any other games? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but any other game that you want to mention here real quick?
I don't want to do it to you, Kyle, but
here we go.
I'll do it real quick. I played Utah at 6.5, and I like them throughout the whole season just because of the motivation. I won't get into any stats. I just like the motivational angle here. There's some stats and opt-outs to back it up, but for time's sake, Utah, I liked it at 6.5. I wish I would have got it at 8 when it kicked off, but
yeah.
But yeah, sorry about that, Kyle. But that's a good spot for them.
Hey, I'm a Buckeyes fan, but I like money, so I like to try to to get the winning side, and I can be objective in my analysis. I actually would bet Utah if I was betting that game. I will say I try not to bet Ohio State games just because I'm so invested emotionally already. I don't really need to worry about, okay, if Ohio State wins and I lose against the spread, am I happy if I bet Utah or, you know what I mean? It's just, it gets really confusing. Yeah, some people say it can be an emotional hedge. To me, it just becomes a negative. So I stay away from that in general. But I do think I do think Utah has some edges here, Nick. I think the motivational, this game means far more to Utah than it does to Ohio State. Ohio State has more talent than does Utah, but several of their best players are sitting out. Whittingham's a great coach as well. I like to back him quite a bit. So,
Yeah.
Nick, I appreciate you joining here today. Do you have any hot streaks that you've been on lately, or anything that you want to promote here? I know you've got your own podcast that you've been doing here lately. Let people know where they can check out your work and everything that's going on.
Yeah, Kyle. So in college basketball, I've been doing pretty well this season. I'm 26-15 in my last 41 plays,
Nice.
49-33, so 60% on the season. In college basketball, love the daily grind. I haven't played too many bowl games this season, but I have a couple coming up here this weekend, which I'm excited about. So, and then I kick off. I started this a couple weeks ago. It's called the Executing the Edge podcast. You were on it last week, Kyle. I drop every Friday morning, just once a week. I do a weekly podcast that goes over some of the games that are coming up for the weekend. I recap my week, and anything else that's going on, with the college or the baseball lockout. If anybody has any Twitter questions, I like to touch base and kind of make it more of an educational piece for people looking forward to the weekend. But yeah, you can find all of my premium picks and subscriptions at sportspickhub.com and obviously at Nick Hub Sports on Twitter.
Awesome, Nick. So, yeah, check out his premium picks as well as his podcast for more of his thoughts. I think Nick and I are like almost tied as far as the leaderboard in college basketball so far this year. It's nice. I like getting on the leaderboard there, Nick, and seeing your name up there. So I appreciate you coming on, and I think we'll probably be able to talk about some college hoops one of these times coming up too. So
Yeah,
look forward to talking college hoops in the future weeks with you. And
me too.
So check out everything that's going on at huntersportspicks.com if you want my premium picks. Go to the oddsbreakers.com. Kiev has a great site there. I know Nick's part of that as well. Awesome stuff going on there all the time. Also go to sportswageringu.com and follow Sports Wagering U on Twitter, TikTok. Some special stuff coming there on some classes here in the new season, the new year. So look forward to helping reach out to everybody, and I love the community feel. Nick, thanks for coming on here, and Happy New Year to you and yours.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you having me on, and same to you. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Absolutely. So everybody, I hope you have a good new year. Enjoy the games, and we will see you again next time.